Hello guys, it is Jead, and this player pick is coming to FC26, but do we know how much it's going to be? Do we know when it's coming? And do we even know who to choose? Not only that, we have got knockout royalty leaks or royalty knockout leaks, which make the game even more exciting because this is a live promo as well. So don't forget to subscribe if you are new, and we can hit 10 million subscribers by the end of the year. And leave a like while you are down there, and let's jump into it. And guys, if you want to use players like this and just need that little extra boost, then you can get your cheap, fast, and most importantly, safe FC26 coins at eldorado.gg. They have 24/7 support, a money-back guarantee, and you can use code JEAD at checkout to get another 5% off your order. Link is in the description. So let's cover this player pick. Let's cover the royalty knockout leaks that we've got and what we can do with it. Let's cover what investments we can try and make into the week. And of course, at the end of the video, we're going to start a new segment, which is community questions, comments, things from you guys, which have surprised me over the last few days. Starting off with this Henry Evo I've got on screen. Now, what I thought would be interesting to do with the player pick is rather than go and look at the price straight away, we'll talk about that and when it's coming. These are the Evos you can do right now on the game for Henry, and we of course got the exact same for Vieira somewhere. Here it is. So Vieira, as you can see, you can put him into link up boost right now. You can actually give him tiki taka plus as well. Link up boost gives him tiki taka and incisive, and as you can see, he goes from what he is there to Hullet gang stats, finally with passing play styles. And like I say, from the icon swap reward, the tiki taka plus for 3 tokens, you can give him tiki taka plus as well, but I think tiki taka white is enough. And with Henry, he looks even better, right? 92.3 meta rating on FUT GG. He gets Game Changer Plus, and this is just straight from the Icon Attacker Glow Up. And he also gets Incisive Pass from this. Now, obviously, more Evos will come for these cards in the future, but already, if you do this player pick, you can create one of these 2 cards. So let me know already, who are you thinking of choosing? And now, we've got to mention the prices of the 2 cards. Vieira is currently 840,000 coins. And if we're talking just pure price, then Henry is still a little bit more at 920,000 coins. But you best believe these prices will fluctuate until the player pick comes out. And then when the player pick comes out, if it's really expensive, these cards will rise back up in price to what the player pick is worth. And if it's really cheap, you will see these cards fall down even more as everyone goes and does the player pick instead. Because what is really important to note as we head over to the evolutions tab is people have certain psychology when it comes to evolutions where they will not evo their players if they are tradable. However, if you get an untradeable Henry or an untradeable Vieira from that player pick, so many people will go and do those evos. I'm not sure we got too much here in the evolution tab. I have already used the link up play one for Vieira, so I can't do that. I've still got the icon attacker one, but a lot of people will only do it on untradeable players. This does mean that if the SBC is very decently valued, there is just simply no reason for this card to hold so much value on the market, because everyone will go do the untradeable one and then put them straight into an evo, and it could even drop the prices of their main icon cards, right? Because if everyone's got an evo Henry that was pretty cheap, why do you need to go and buy an Henry? And honestly, boys, when this one comes, it could really affect the striker and centre mid market. Again, if it's cheap, we don't know what the price of this is going to be. We can talk about that with Fodder, because we could possibly invest in Fodder as well. But yeah, who are you thinking of choosing? If you actually want to be a super meta rat and you just want to know who the best player is in terms of meta, I think it's actually Vieira. Let me explain, because so many people are going to be drawn to this icon attacker Henry. And while this Henry does look nice and he does have 5-star skills, and honestly, I don't think you can go wrong with this one. Choose who you want to choose, but 5-star skill Henry, whether he's nice. There's better strikers in the game, right? Claudia Ping, his gold card, will probably play better than this card in game, whether you like it or not. It's very hard to give this card Tiki Taka right now, so if you've already got Tiki Taka white on him, or you've maybe got a second playstyle, well, if you've got a second playstyle plus, when you go and do the SBC, it doesn't matter, right? But if you can find a way to get Tiki Taka on this card when you do him, and you can then put him into this, right? Maybe we can talk about it. But honestly, right, this is my logic with Vieira. Leave him as this 88 rated with just Bruiser Plus. You give him Tiki and Incisive, and he's just missing Anticipate. And you can go to Evolution Builder, and of course, what do you get in this season pass? You get Anticipate Plus later on. So you can make this Vieira card with the season pass when you finally get there, and that means he now has Intercept, he has Anticipate Plus and Bruiser Plus, but he also finally has these passing play styles here, which his card has been missing for so long. So even though it says his FUT GG meta rating is lower, he's still only 88 rated, so he's much more likely to fit Evos in a sooner time period once more than this Henry is. So he will get future upgrades. Again, not anytime soon because he's got 2 playstyle pluses, but maybe in a month's time, you could upgrade this Vieira card again when he starts to fall behind the power curve. And it's why I'm thinking about doing Vieira personally. Although, like I just said, I have already used Link Up Boost, so I'm not too sure. Forget Vieira, forget Henry for now, because of course we have got leaks to talk about, and I'm not talking about the United Strand. I am, of course, talking about Knockout Royalty is coming to FC26. A live promo is finally back. We all know that live promos have more hype. And honestly, boys, we say this every single week, but I am excited for this one in terms of making coins, tracking the cards, upgrades, and hopefully, because by the looks of it, we get some super meta cards, so hopefully some good SBCs and objectives as well, which again, we're going to talk about Rising Fodder in a second with that Vieira and Henry SBC. So, Vinny Jr. is coming. Again, these are stats as predictions, and you can see they're all changing them, but Vinny Jr. is coming. He surely has to be a 2 playstyle plus card now, with all future stars cards being. I wonder if all the Knockout Royalty will be 2 playstyle plus, but again, that's going to be a super meta card, depending on what playstyles they give him. But it doesn't stop there. We have got Antoine Griezmann Link. His promo cards are some fan favourites. He has Chip Shot Plus this year on his gold card. So finally, a very, very usable past his Scream card in terms of a card coming on this year, FC26. He will be a fan favourite. Very, very expensive on the market. A little bit cheaper, we've got Kai Havertz. No one really likes Kai Havertz. I think even Arsenal fans are 50-50. So we have got him coming to the game as well. But we have another Knockout Royalty League, which is probably the most controversial, popular one. It is not Mia Hamm, but she is also coming. This is the one I wanted to do on the end, but we'll do it now. Mia Hamm is coming. This could be another like 5 mil, 6 million. And if you've seen that Future Stars Bale, she reminds me a little bit of that, where she is going to be unbelievable in-game. That Future Stars Bale is like one of the best cards we've ever seen on FIFA this early on. I think Mia Hamm could be up there. All depends on what playstyles they give these cards, but she could be up there. Another fan favourite. This I'm buying for the team, boys. We will buy this card, and we will use it on stream in a FUT Champs run, and we'll still get 7 or 8 wins. But still, it doesn't matter. We're going to try this Iniesta card at centre mid. He is also coming. See why I'm hyped for this promo? We do this every week, but again, there is some nice cards coming, and I do like live promos. This one is very interesting because how will they do this Dunga card? He, of course, the World Cup captain, CDM for Brazil when they won the World Cup. He's not only getting his first icon card, but he's coming with a promo card. And what EA often do is when they drop a card for the first time, they try and make it meta. So more people open packs, more people try and get on the game to use them. We could see an amazing icon CDM. Again, it could be hyping up too much. We'll have to wait and see. EA have let us down with so many things recently. Why am I getting excited for this one? Probably because I am stupid. But apart from that, we've also got a Knockout Haji. Now, again, different card design. Basically, the leakers don't really know by the looks of it. It should be that new red card design, but again, the leaks came at, different times. Haji is another fan's favourite. We've known about him for a while. He was one of the earliest leaks. This is the one that is obviously coming. We've known about this now for a day or so. Basically, boys, yeah, this card's going to be like 2 or 3 million coins. Remember, it's a live card. Imagine they give him Anticipate and Intercept Plus or Quick Step and Intercept Plus. I think we could see one of the most expensive, overpriced, rare cards. There will be about 5 of this card on the game. Honestly, boys, I'm scared because somehow, even though there's only 5 on the game, I'll match him 10 times in FUT Champs. I'm a little bit scared. Van der Ven is coming as a Knockout Royalty card. He'll be amazing to trade, though, because as you can imagine, like I said before, he is going to be super rare. And that is not the only leaks we've got. So we're going to talk more about Knockout Royalty, but I want to quickly mention Team of the Week Dembele is coming to Ultimate Team, and we don't normally care about Team of the Weeks, but this is interesting for this reason alone. Team of the Weeks can now have 2 playstyle pluses, which means we're getting to the point in the game where Team of the Weeks could, hopefully, because I really hope they are, start being more meta or as meta as some of the promo cards and not a wasted promo. Because if we got a 2 playstyle plus Ousmane Dembele Team of the Week, that is a desirable card from Champ Rewards. That's a desirable card from packs, from the Team of the Week player picks in the SBC tab. So honestly, really excited for stuff like that, but it depends how they do it. And another card we got that could be similar is Mariona. These are just predicted stats, by the way, but Mariona is coming, and again, they've given us some crap playstyles here, but imagine they give it Incisive and Tiki, or Incisive and Finesse Shot. All of a sudden, Team of the Weeks that no one cares about get a little bit better, and not just Evolution Team of the Weeks, which is what has been the case very recently. So that could be a big positive for the game. Something I should mention as well, I forget to mention this, we have, in our Discord, right, you can join down below for free. We literally have a channel that just compresses all of the leaks from Twitter into one feed, so you don't have to go searching for them. I forget to mention it. I think it's a really useful tool. If you want, join our Discord, scroll right down to the bottom. Leaks channel is just there, just in case that helps some of you out with what's coming on the game, so you don't have to sit on Twitter 24/7 because, that's awful. But I bet you are thinking, right, back to this Vieira and Henry while we're still on Twitter, while we're looking at leaks. Will this rise Fodder? And I think in certain use cases, it might. We'll need to jump on the game in a second to show you what's out right now, but I think this might rise Fodder. Let me show you which ones I'm looking at least. On Footbin, we go to cheapest buy rating and we head straight over to the bottom down here. Now, think about it, right? Now, I'm going to tell you a little, maybe secret, not secret. You guys probably know about this. If you don't, it could help with our fodder investments. 89s and 90s could be insane to invest in because that Vieira and Henry is going to be really expensive. But not only that, right? There is also another reason why 90 rated, even though if we go and take a look at 90 rated, they're not low, by the way. These have gone up over the past couple of days because of all the SBC leaks. And if we actually look on the 14-day graph, they lowered out around here for 29,000 coins and they're up to 32,000 coins. Could we still buy at 32,000 coins? Well, this is the reason I think we could. If we go over from the Evos tabs and into our favorite, well, used to be favorite, now the favorite is the Evo, but used to be favorite SBC tab, and we go to players, what do we have expiring in 3 days time? We have Messi and Ronaldo. And think about it like this, right, okay? I think about all the people that are 14 squads, 10 squads, 12 squads into Messi and Ronaldo. Maybe that is you. If that is you, and you've got these squads down the bottom left and you're 15 squads deep, you're not going to leave that as an empty SBC. You're going to go and buy the fodder to do this, aren't you? So many people in the next 3 days, I think, are going to go and buy 90 rated, 90, probably 89 rated, possibly 91s, but 91s are really expensive. But 89s and 90 rated to complete these squads right down here. And that, with the Vieira, with the Henry, could see some nice booms in 90 rated fodder particularly. Because don't forget, right, if we head back over to the Footbin, these 90 rated cards peaked out at 60,000 coins only on Friday, right? Literally on Friday, they were 60,000 coins. Now, if you think about it, why were they 60,000 coins on Friday? Well, that was because we had 2 SBCs expiring on Friday that everyone wanted to go and complete. And one of them was Marcelo, and the other one was Sophia Wilson flashback. And these 2 cards would needed a lot of high rated fodder and a lot of, high rated squads. People went and bought them, and they bought Rodri, and Rodri flew in price. And what is expiring in 3 or 4 days time? Of course, the Messi Ronaldo SBC. So with both of those SBCs coming, I think 90 rated for 32k and below are fine. 89s have also risen quite a bit. So again, I would not try and buy them more than 19,000 coins. And if you're willing to hold them until both of those things happen, Messi and Ronaldo are about to expire, maybe have a day left, and Vieira and Henry comes out, I think you could do very, very well. And of course, we'll talk about our rest of investments towards the end of the video, because we have got some big content on the game, finally, for once. It still could be better, and we'll talk about it, but let's jump over to the Evolutions tab. Now, jumping back over to the Evolutions tab, what I think I'll try and do in these Market Watch style videos is every single time we get a big, well, again, we'll talk about whether this is a big evolution, but when we get one, we'll talk about whether, or the 3 or 4 best players, not whether, the 3 or 4 best players for this evolution, so you guys can have at least a few ideas of who to choose. And I'm talking about the Dork. Now, this is interesting. Number 1, it is free, and anytime there's a free evolution, it feels less special, but to be honest, I think it's actually a little bit better, because basically everyone can go and do it. So the absolute minimum is you can go and throw it on at least one of your cards in your club. But look at this Morgan Rogers Winter Wildcards card that I have untradeable in my club. 5-star, 5-star, incisive plus, 90 pace, 87 shooting, 89 dribbling, and he has pinged and ticky. And I can actually give this Morgan Rogers finesse shot white because I've got that as a reward from one of the rush objectives. And as you can see, that makes him an insane card, right? I mean, look at the stats there. Such a nice, well-rounded card for a free Evo. Again, I want to stress, this is for a free Evo. If this Evo was 50 to 100,000 coins, it would be crap and it wouldn't be worth it. But it's a free evolution. But we have a very interesting talking point. It is still only one playstyle plus. So I think EA don't know how to balance the game right now. Take a look at all the evolutions out, and they are all one playstyle plus evolutions, right? EA don't realize that everyone's teams are starting to look more and more like my team over here, where if you take a look, I don't even have the best team in the world. You guys will know that. Look how many players already are 2 playstyle plus. Well, this is my evolution team. We switched over to the main team. We load in with the BigJead FC. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm doing an evolution for a 2 playstyle plus Van der Ven. That is going to be 6. Of course, goalkeepers don't really have it unless you have the top ones. And I've got a second centre back on the way, which is this Kayembe card down here, which again will be a double playstyle plus player. And I could easily go and get that Patrick Dorgu for a double playstyle plus player. My team's not even one of the best ones, and even me, I've got most of my players as playstyle, having 2 playstyle pluses. And if we go back to that evolutions tab, what is the desire to do evolutions right now if they're all 1 playstyle plus? So while the Duck is a really good 1 playstyle plus evolution, we need EA to start looking at this and going, right, we need to understand the power curve is changing. Make it paid, by the way. Make a paid evolution. Make it one of these ones around here. But these ones, in my opinion, if you're charging 50,000 coins, you should get a card that is getting towards somewhere in your team, right? This shouldn't be a bench card or a reserve card, just in my opinion. And like I said, at the end of the video, we're going to talk about community. You guys have left loads of comments on the polls we've been putting out, and it is very interesting what people think about the game right now. Before we move on then, here are the best players for the Duck Evo in my opinion. We'll keep this short and sweet, but just to give you guys some options, because we've got a variety, right? This Madueke card, since the Evo's come out, has shot up to 75,000 coins, but he does look really good, boys. That finesse shot plus when it does get fixed, plus the stats this gives him, and he has incisive, and he has rapid, and he has quick step, and he has low driven. Yes, he's making tiki-taka. If you can give this card tiki-taka as well as the Duck Evo, he will be insane. But to switch up a little bit, I actually thought, what about this Jude Bellingham Evo, right? Look at this, okay? I've decided to give him a few Evo chains that, you know, is not just the Duck, but look at the card it gives him. 89 rated, centre mid, so box to box, 90 pace, 90 dribbling, Hullet gang stats, 5-star weak foot, incisive plus. I've given him the wall in the back from season pass, because not only does it boost his defending, but it gives him intercept as well. Look at this card, right? I think, yes, you have to use the Duck and the Prince Marines, and it's a little bit of a chain. I think that's an insane Evo. I want to get Hugo Ekitike in there, because he's the popular one right now, and honestly, boys, as a Liverpool fan, I'm doing this. What are you going to do? You're going to stop me? I might do this Evo, okay? It looks really nice. He doesn't have Tiki as well, but quick step, rapid, incisive. That incisive is so important, right? So when you play with wingers, having a striker with incisive is really nice. And the other one that I've got to mention, you actually seen him before. I didn't realise this until I came on Footbin and checked all the best options. Morgan Rogers' winter wildcard is the single best option in terms of meta, because he's already 5-star, 5-star. He can play a bunch of positions. He's got that incisive plus. He's got some nice play styles. And what you can't see here is, again, like I mentioned before, I can give him finesse shot white. So I could give this card finesse shot. Then he's got a shooting play style, rapid tricks. Like, he's got a lot of the nice play styles you want, and he does actually have tiki-taka already on his card. So in terms of meta rating, yes, this card skyrocketed in price, like Madueke has, but I think in terms of just pure meta, if you can give this guy finesse shot white, he's the single best option because of that 5-star, 5-star as well. And just before we jump into everyone's favorite bit around investments and, of course, those community questions that I keep talking about, I wanted to show you what we actually did get on the game right now, because you might think it is insane, right? If we got a good Evo, we got a good SBC. I'm not gonna lie, you guys don't think like that. You guys know exactly how EA operate. We got a crappy upgrade, and we also got a crappy player SBC. We got the 3x85 upgrade. To be honest, it's not that crappy. I'm over-exaggerating a little bit. 84 and 83 rated squad is fine, and it doesn't require a team of the week. It's actually a quite nice upgrade. I'm over-exaggerating because I don't like the player that came out. This is actually okay. What I like about the SBCs that give 2 packs back is you get 2 players packs. They're tradable. You barely get any tradable packs on FC26 or on FIFA anymore, so getting some tradable packs back in the club actually is fine. You know what? Forget what I said. Go and do those SBC. Actually, it's fine. I'm just angry about the player SBCs we get at the minute, because we got Doumbia, we got Mayulu, and I thought, you know what? Player SBCs are back, right? These dropped on Friday, and I think we all thought player SBCs are back. And since then, with Tanakawa, we got nothing, basically. Pino, Esposito's okay, I guess. And then we got Yana Fernandez. And I just don't see who's doing this card. Yes, she can play centre-back, but she's 5'4". Like, I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. Forget play styles. It just doesn't matter. 83 pace can't play as a right-back, and 5'4" can't play as a centre-back. And she has, as right mid, but that's even worse, right? So I feel like most of this video has been positive. And again, it's going to get negative again when we talk about everyone's community stuff. But right now, it's positive. But I just think the player SBCs have been so wide of the mark. I don't know what you guys think. I don't know if you agree with me, but how many of these player SBCs have you done, right? Now, again, Mayulu is really nice, and Doumbia is really nice. Let me know. Have you done both of these SBCs? Have you done one of them? Have you done none of them? I'd be interested to see down below, because Doumbia is a really fun card that everyone remembers from, like, back in the day on old FIFAs, and I'm actually going to do Mayulu in my team. But what do you think about the player SBCs? Because Evos, once again, come out on top, and they're not even 2 playstyle plus, really. But yeah, it is investment time, and anyone on the game right now, no skill, no anything, can make free coins every single week because of how the market is moving, right? We made the other day, this is just on one night of flips. You guys know I am moving into a new house, or in the process of moving into a new house at the minute, so I have no time. And even in one night of flips, this should be total for me about 500,000 coins profit. And honestly, it wasn't too hard to do or predict or whatever. Let me show you exactly how you can try and do this every single week. We jump onto Footbin. Essentially, boys, what I want to try and show you is that every single week, there's at least 1 or 2 things you can do. You can just buy passively and make coins. So the most obvious one is always going to be Team of the Weeks. But although it's the most obvious, it's not the only way. But look at Team of the Weeks, right? They follow pretty much the same pattern every single week, which is on Sunday night and Monday night. They get lowest because weekend league supply is basically what brings Team of the Weeks onto the market. Everyone knows this. Sunday night and Monday night is when no one's on the game. As you can see, Monday overnight here into almost Tuesday morning, they got as low as 14,000 coins. And you could bid on them again, below 14,000 coins. And we knew that an SBC was coming today. Today we got the refresh of that SBC campaign pick. And so they're back up at 17,000 coins, right? And I'm pretty sure if we jump onto one of the older Team of the Weeks, you guys will see the same pattern, right? If we just use this goalkeeper here, who's pretty certain he's fodder, right? Team of the week comes out on Wednesday. On the weekend, it goes absolutely flat. And the lowest point to buy them, once again, was Monday overnight at this time. And then we could have done Sunday, like Monday into Tuesday overnight again. They were very similar prices. That's the lowest point. We got the campaign pick and they rise. Team of the week, you can do that every single week. Sunday night and Monday night on bids, buy below. And then you basically just sell them every single evening into Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? You always want to sell them before next weekend league when we get that same supply cycle again. But every night you can sell them and you'll see the same things happen, right? They spike all the time in the evening when people are on the game doing SBCs. But they're not the only thing you can do that with, right? The game is getting a lot easier to trade with, in my opinion, because it's going into that natural cycle of things where you can just buy things during week, like, not during, but after weekend league supply. So Fodder is the same one. We've seen that 90s have risen already. And if they think why were they were low, right? They had the spike on Fridays. Everyone completed Marcelo and Wilson. 5 p.m. They spike and they drop down. But why do they drop down? Because people start opening their weekend league rewards as well as those SBCs going away. And when do they get absolute lowest? Monday night, overnight into Tuesday, and they start to rise in the week when there's not as much supply on the game. And you actually can do this with most of the promo teams as well. We've seen this, one of the biggest examples I've ever seen of this with this Aguimang and this Future Stars team in general, right? Not just Aguimang, but the whole Future Stars team. When they first came out on Wednesday, they were in packs, of course, into weekend league. They get packed. Sunday night and Monday night, everyone sells off their team. So as you can see here, she got really low at Sunday into Monday at 50,000 coins. She then went up to 62,000 coins. But then again on Monday night, like we keep saying, into Tuesday, she got to 47,000 coins and she's now 81,000 coins. She's getting closer and closer to doubling in price. And she's not the only one, right? Last week's Future Stars team all did the same. Go and check any of these cards. They all are the good ones, at least, that you can use in teams. Followed the exact same pattern. In fact, Alvaro bottomed out at like 970,000 coins, I think, on one of the nights, as you can see it there, again, Monday into Tuesday, and he's now 1.4 million coins, right? But rather than like specific investments right now, because the market seems to be crashing, not crazy, I don't want to jump into it, it's going to get a whole other topic. The market's crashing a little bit, basically because of the Vieira, the player pick, the new promo looks very hype. Like, look, boys, I'm going to be honest, if you've seen this is a leak, and then you also started to see all of these cards comes out of leak, and again, this is obviously a live promo, and everyone loves live promo, it's of course going to crash the market just a little bit, so we're not going to, not sure where that's going just yet, so I wouldn't just go and invest all your coins right now. But in general, throughout the week, you can do that same thing, where Sunday night and Monday night, team of the week, Fodder and meta, whatever looks lowest to you, whatever looks right, whatever we've got leaked in the coming days. We'll talk about it on the Twitch streams, of course, but that is when we're going to invest pretty much every week right now, and it's the safest coins you can make. You can even do it with evolution cards when they get used in weekend league supply, right? So my new favorite part of these videos already that I think will be the most interesting to see what you guys are saying. So make sure when we put these polls out on YouTube, go and drop not only your vote, but your comment down below. We've got 81 comments on attributes versus playstyles. We've done old FIFA versus new FIFA, and we'll be doing these polls daily to see what you guys think and then talking about them in the videos, and we'll try and talk about all the topics that's on everyone's mind. How do we find those topics? We can find them on Twitter, and we can, of course, find them on Reddit. I just saw this post before. We'll bring this into this section of the video as well. Look at this. Result of icon swaps, high stress. Just another reminder to you boys. Has anyone still got icon swap tokens left? Because I've still got the squad battles ones. And honestly, I will pay someone on my account to go and do the squad battles ones. I really don't want to do it. I really don't want to do it. I'll figure it out eventually. I'll find a way. I've got the squads ready, to be honest. I'll put some YouTube on and I will get it done. And the other thing I thought was really interesting just for today to talk about before we jump into those YouTube comments is look at this. I'd be interested again on your guys' takes on this, because I also think, as well as Team of the Weeks, base hero cards and some of the base icon cards are now some of the least used, most forgotten about cards every single game cycle, even at the start of the game when they should be meta. This person is saying cult heroes should be 85 rated, so like Mika Richards. All heroes should be 86 to 88. That would mean Company, Ginola, Papin, all these cards are max 88 rated. And anyone that EA deem as above 88 rated should be an icon, which would mean two things. No high rated hero cards, which means EA can't sell hero packs. So this is probably never going to happen. But it would mean no icons that are below 89. You'd still have some fodder icons, obviously, like Angara, for an example. But it would mean that much more of the icons in the game, in the player pool, would be usable. So would that be a positive change to the game? I'd be interested to know your thoughts. But moving on to your guys' thoughts on the game right now. We obviously put the playstyles versus attributes or 50-50 out to you guys. We've got 17,000 votes on this. And obviously, this is the main topic in the community right now, I think. In terms of gameplay, this is the single #1 topic. And I think everyone's general consensus is that playstyles are too overpowered. We don't have to try and beat around the bush. Playstyles are too overpowered. But I was interested on what people thought against attributes versus 50-50. And as you can see, attributes won out on top by, I think, too much. I don't think that's right. right? Playstyles, I think, are a good addition. They're just imbalanced. However, I've seen a really, really good comment on this, right? I don't know who this is. Crazy Girly, Legend. I think they should only have playstyles that have nothing to do with attributes. For example, remove rapid so that sprint speed matters more, but keep low driven because it doesn't have any stats that go with it. I think that is a really good shout. I think that's the best shout I have seen on playstyles versus attributes, right? If we go and look at any random card, like this Madueke we spoke about earlier, as you can see, he has finesse shot. You could keep that in, right? You could argue curve, you could argue shooting, but I think you could keep finesse shots in. Acrobat, you could keep in. Technical, you could start to argue. Rapid, you could start to argue. I don't think incisive should be in. I don't think tiki-taka should be in. I think passing playstyles in general are a little bit flawed, right? And of course, you'd have debates on it in terms of like where certain playstyles lie on the attributes versus playstyles. Are they needed? Are they not? But I do think that's a really interesting take. And then the rest of it, which pretty much you guys complained in, the fact that you can't make a simple pass without having tiki-taka. And I do agree with that. I think that's imbalanced. EA do not have the balance right with these playstyles, and I think it is clear to see that, right? The other, probably more popular one, so not the one that Girly mentioned up here, but the more popular theory is this one just here that one of you guys commented, which was maybe they could do it like NBA 2K badges. And it's how they do pro clubs, right? You guys have seen how they do pro clubs. I think they might have done the pro club system this year to test it out for Ultimate Team in the near future, where essentially a player can only have finesse plus if they have 90 plus curve, 90 plus finishing, and it would matter for like other stats, right? So incisive, 95 vision, rapid might be 95 sprint speed. And it is how they do pro clubs right now. Do you guys think that would work? My issue with that is you would create gaps between players that have 94 sprint speed versus 95 sprint speed. And you just create a new meta, but rather than it be like a little badge, it would just be a little number. And it's still the same binary. They can pass or they can't pass, but it would just be based on a number rather than a badge because the number gives the badge, if that makes sense. So what is your thoughts on playstyles and stats? And go and read through some of these comments because some people have left some interesting thoughts. 50-50 would have been ideal, but currently not possible since some animations are locked behind playstyles. And that is another one that I want to bring up because I do agree with that as well. Trickster, how do you balance Trickster? How can Trickster be a 50-50 playstyle stat? It can't, but we quite like Trickster as a playstyle. It's the ones like Tiki and Incisive. So maybe if that is true, then Girly is right. We can keep Trickster. Trickster's fine. We admit that players with Trickster are overpowered. We then have to get rid of Tiki, Incisive, and Ping. Let me know what you guys think. So despite all the doom and gloom, I am cautiously excited for the game right now, boys. Let me know your thoughts around everything we spoke about. Again, the big one is, who are you picking, Vieira or Henry? That is the main one that I am interested to know about. And if you are new and want more videos like this one, don't forget to subscribe. That 10 million goal is still on. And on a serious, boys, leave a like if you enjoy these videos. It really does help us out. And if you want to know the best pack grind right now, I'll leave that video on screen because I still think that's... I didn't speak about it today, but that video is seriously going under the radar. There's free coins you can make right now, and not everyone's doing it, which is mental to me. But go and check that out. But boys, like always, until next time, I'll see you all in a bizzle.